it might not be worth contacting him at all if all we want is for Dwohurim to make a deal with the dragon. Although, even then, the information he might or might not possess might give us help.
So you're saying he could still work for the three?
He didn't back then, which was which was what made him so useful to me. The others, my colleagues as it were, didn't have access to him.
Who might he work for then?
Aurelia shrugs. He might still be a freelancer. He might have stopped working in that kind of business altogether, running a more legitimate merchant enterprise. Or he might have been recruited by someone for his talents. I am simply pointing out the possibilities.
We can go talk to him, shouldn't be much of a problem. We're in Blue City after all.
Do you think it would be better if you approach alone, or if we go with you?
It might be best to offer him as little free information as possible. As much as I would prefer to stay undetected completely, Aurelia sighs, I think it would be best if I talk to him alone.
You're kind of walking around with us, and you're not gonna be unnoticed, I don't think.
Yes.
Then again, if there's any place where adventurers can go unnoticed, it's certainly here.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps we should all talk to him. There might be things that I missed, or I do not ask him that I should have.
I'll be right back.
Well, the trip certainly does take an inordinate number of hours. It's not just the walk to the Goblin Market that's so time consuming. It's your undeniable desire, I imagine, as a group, to stay out of the way of individuals you think are working in an official police or military capacity. The streets are active, more so than you can recall, at least when you left last month, with roving bands of kobolds, well armed and well equipped. Kobolds who do appear to be at least in the champion tier, and certainly a match for you folks. Along with individuals who don't quite look like they belong in outfits, as if they have been impressed into service. There are certainly, I don't know, maybe 8, 9 groups, maybe more, that you encounter as you make your way from the Sylvan Sanctuary all the way across. Now, of course, once you arrive at Goblin Market, the vast bazaar of tents and booths, is not yet opened, but it will open by the time that you are able to ask around and locate this Jexel fellow. Jexel, of course, perhaps not the most unique name. That was, of course, a stupid sentence, because most and unique do not belong together. Jexel is not a unique name. And most people do not have surnames, particularly when it comes to goblins. That being said, you ask around enough, and you're able to provide some basics on what this Jexel fellow does, and you are pointed towards a rather tall and prominent lavender tent. Now, this tent here, in addition to being a lavender color, is also iconic because it has a table with some chairs around it, and maybe like 4 goblins are sitting there playing cards. And then standing next to the tent opening would be a creature that has not been thoroughly described to you at all in this campaign, an Etten, which is an ogre-type creature. Its primary characteristic is that it has 2 heads, which like to argue with each other. Carrying a massive, meaty, thick wooden club, and it appears as this Jexel's Shop of Competency is opening for business. I'll go ahead and write that. That is written with somewhat crooked letters, and sort of like painted on in white on like a wooden sign in front of this lavender tent. You got your 4 goblins sitting around playing cards. They are smoking cigars. One of them is coughing. He's really bad at this whole smoking business. And then an Etten standing guard the tent entrance. By the
Part of me
time-
genuinely thought for a moment that the Etten was playing, and I wanted to ask, is it playing 2 games or just the one?
No, the Etten is not playing. He seems to, well, the table and the chairs are too small for him. So that could perhaps be why he is not participating. At any rate, by the time you walk all the way across Drakkenhall, while eluding the roving bands of kobolds, and, you know, by the time you start inquiring, gathering information as to where this Jexel character that Aurelia had dealings with in the past might be located, the Goblin Bazaar is coming to life. And Jexel's Shop of Competency would be open. At least the Etten looks like he'd let you through. Rather shaggy, doesn't smell good, but then again, really, Drakkenhall is full of all the most mysterious smells.
It is best not to question the smells too much.
I would imagine so.
I suppose if the Etten looks friendly enough, Aurelia, perhaps not recognizing the tent, but at least knowing that this is the location to go to, would try to enter with a friendly nod towards the Etten.
Yes, it appears that Jexel, if this is the same Jexel, has gotten an upgrade, a level up, and economy. One of the Etten heads will like nod at you friendly, and the other will like frown at you angrily. And Aurelia enters the world inside the tent appears to be rather brightly lit. And there are several desks and tables all cluttered with, like, scrolls and mechanical equipment and other forms of, like, esoterica, like a few books and, like, lanterns and things like adventurers might want, like rope and stuff. And you can barely spot, like, a little, like, bespectacled head in the back. Welcome to Jexel's Shop of Competency. I am Jexel, the most competent. How may I help ye? And he, like, turns around. Like, the bespectacled head, like, tilts. And he spots you. And he blinks. And he frowns.
It has been some time, I think, Jexel.
Oh, no,
And
no,
I
no.
see that...
Let me try this again. Welcome to Jexel's Shop of Competency. I am Jexel, the most competent. How may I help ye? You're still there. All right.
How much for rope?
Do you wish to try for a third time?
No, I don't think that'll work.
As I was saying, it does seem like you've done quite well for yourself.
Yeah. Business, you know? Sell things. Buy things. Business.
Business, yes.
Yes,
Could we talk privately?
One moment.
Jexel will, like, walk to, like, the edge of the tent, like, lift up the flap and poke his little, like, goblin head under it.
You! Make sure no one comes in the tent. Closed. You just opened. It's closed. As if... Whatever, he's paying us. Yeah, I am paying you. Stupid, incompetent, no good for nothings.
Jexel will, like, stand up, brush off his rather... Well, it's a suit. Which, the amount of times you've seen a goblin in a suit, like a bow tie, and then spectacles... The goblins certainly are a weird lot, aren't they? Like,
Welcome to Jexel's... Right, you've heard that before. Well, that's as good as it's gotta get, unless you wanna, like... How do you make it more private?
I think this
You
will
all cover your
suffice.
ears. That'll be private.
Tempus covers ears.
I don't think you meant you. And even if he
Oh.
did, you are allowed to. Oh. Dexter,
Yes?
business, as you said. I do believe I still have at least one favor, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, but I think you do.
Yeah, I think we're good. Yep. All good. Just
Considering there's competency in your shop's new name, you seem to have quite a problem staying competent. I thought better of you. I know that your reputation is important to you, after all.
Absolutely. I am the most competent.
Then let us skip this silly talk and get to the point, yes?
Okay. What do you want, Aurelia?
I require information
Ow.
about a dragon living here in this city called Chuuk.
Chuuk. How good was the favor you did for me?
Aurelia sighs. I do believe that it was a favor. That should mean something.
You're right, all right. Okay, so... Chuuk, huh?
He like inch close, like on like his little goblin feet.
Chuuk? Huh? I know a bit about what you used to do years ago. Are you... No. No, that can't be a job, no. No.
You should know better than to question why I ask strangers.
Oh, you are right.
Yes.
Of course.
Like steps back.
Yes, of course. But it'd be really interesting to know. But of course, secrets, yeah. Right. Well, let's see. Well, what do you want to know?
It does appear that the dragon has acquired a person of interest to one of the druids living in Drakkenhall. Is there any particular reason why Chuuk would acquire said person why she hasn't acquired said person earlier?
He appears to be frantically searching for something on his desk, and he pulls out like a little stubby pencil and a notepad.
Oh, Chuuk searching for something has... Could you repeat that?
No.
He like
I take it you have
frowns
not heard of that then.
He frowns and like tosses the notebook and like the pencil over his head. Like, clatters in the background.
I don't keep track of every dragon who lives here. I'm just a goblin, you know?
Sure.
I mean, what do you know about green dragons? I know they breed poison.
I heard as much, yes.
I also possibly have a blueprint of Chuuk's basement. That'd be useful.
Really will smile.
Give it.
Okay.
I do believe that would be useful, yes.
Okay, if that covers the favor.
Aurelia sighs again. Let's say yes.
Good. I like yes. Now let me try and find it.
And he gets to work like sifting through all of his papers and what have you. And this will take him as long to find as it takes for you folks to load the map that I have now tried to enforce you folks to. Don't put your tokens on it.
We take the magic map and teleport into the basement.
It will appear wherever you point. That would be a good map. That should favor.
It's only one-way travel, though.
Yeah, that would suck. Oh, we're now in the prison. Huh.
He cackles
not-
with Lee.
This was not well thought out.
I'm trying to think like how that would work. It's a case of like how we figured that out. It's a case of so what's this root boof? And then Tempus disappears.
Polymorphs back in like polymorphs into Ajax.
7th torture room? I mean, how? Oh, God.
And it's the same,
Bestiary.
it's the same sort of quirk with the teleport medallion. We only get our magical gear with us.
Just sits there.
I have a helmet, yes!
And a very long beard. It's not indecent.
Jexel's like,
Yes, all these things to sell.
Look at all this shit. Worked again.
Oh god.
Those suckers. I love this.
Poofing all the druids into.
I love my
basement.
magic map.
Oh god.
You know, that would be a very
And
useful
the
map. Just
map
like get a
stays,
map
yeah.
that does that of some far, far away mountain or something. And just be like, in return for whatever you ask me, I will want you to read this rune. I don't know what it means. There's like a rune on the map, and they look at it, and they just sort of poof, teleport over that place.
he like keeps tally on like the side of the tent.
That's the 462nd person.
More stuff to sell. That seems like a very goblin-y thing to do.
I get a new
Teleport all these
now.
naked people on top of some mountain.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I love this map.
I mean, we would hate it, just suddenly being like
Yep.
back home in the Dwarven Mountains, just like on top of some place we don't even know where. In the distance, we just see like an orc city with banners hanging high. We're like, God.
And
Well, I guess I'm going to the Blessed Halls now. Stop and say hello.
yeah.
It's a little cold.
Maybe you got some equipment to spare.
Anyone have a negative relation with the orcs?
Who knows? Maybe there was like an orc just hanging out there, like, new people. Yes, you are now slaves. You don't appear to have anything with you. Yeah, good. Everything's good.
You say that, I still have my bastard stuff.
I mean, I don't know that goblin, but it just turns out to be a really great spot for like.
Like
randomly
the
finding
orcs
naked
like
people.
love to hang out here because people
Yeah.
just show up.
It's like, oh well, look at that. I mean, what's the chance, right? It's like the 417th people here.
And they're all naked.
Yeah, it's fucking great. And all the stuff they do have with them is magical. Could you imagine that?
A
like a
blessing
gift
from the
basket.
gods. I know.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
They all curse about some goblin in the map. I mean,
So yes,
how stupid are they?
Chuuk finally like finds it.
Oh, here it is. No, that's not.
He like unfurls like 7 different documents.
Okay, here it is.
He like spreads it out on the table. The map is a little frayed. Not in the best quality ink. Appears to be smudged in various places. It appears as if the architecture in a few locations is just so bizarre that it's just not possible and that it could just be an inaccuracy.
Right, so this is the first basement floor. It's the map I have. I think there's a little bit more of it to like the southwest. Like I think to the west, that's where the stairs to the second basement is. And then to the north is the stairway that leads up to the first floor. Ground floor. And then, like, over here with the water, I think that's, like, the sewer access area.
How does a dragon fit in here?
He shrugs.
I don't know, dragons, they, like, turn into people and stuff.
Yep, that's true. They do that.
They do.
Much easier to get chairs that way.
Yeah, I
And
guess.
much easier to have a half-elf husband. That way.
I thought they sort of thought that other forms were lesser than they are. And so
I'm
they-
sure some of the very arrogant dragons do. But Chuuk is not one of them.
Just because they are lesser might not make them any less useful, though.
Exactly. Utility often goes before such concerns.
I guess so.
Right, so, okay, you're done with it.
And he like starts to like furl it back up.
Jaxo, I'd like to keep that, of course.
I knew you'd say that. Fine, if this pays for the favor.
He'll, like, unfurl it, like, take his hands off of it.
Not mine anymore.
You can even have it back once I'm done.
No, don't want it. Yours now.
Aurelia shrugs, takes it.
Probably not gonna be useful to me anymore after you do whatever it is that you do.
Make sure to credit him.
He, like, then scratches his chin, saying,
Well, she's probably never done that before.
I don't think it would be a good idea. For your sake, Jackson.
For my sake, yeah.
It does seem like, even without my help, you have been doing rather well.
Yeah, your competency, yeah.
Perhaps if this does indeed prove as useful as I think it will, you may have further business with me. Wouldn't that be great?
Further business. Okay. Oh, and,
Good.
if you encounter that Chuuk doing whatever it is you're doing, very scary. Stay away from Claw.
Do you know more about that claw?
Completely covered in mithril. Say it's gift from Blue.
Mithril.
I wouldn't know. I don't go to sea. No, I don't want to die.
Oh, thank you then, Jaxel. Unless any of the others have any particular questions that they would like to ask you, then we would not want to completely stop your business for the day any further.
Yes, I would appreciate that. There's a difference between favor and bankruptcy. Welcome to Jexel's Shop of Competency. I am Jexel, the most competent.
he says, peering up at Geráck.
Yes.
What you looking
Rumble.
for?
Trying to leave.
Oh, nothing.
How much for rope?
Oh, yeah, what kind of rope you want?
Looks at the rope. Is it any good quality rope?
It depends on what you qualify as good.
Elven rope.
Elven rope.
Sure, there's elven rope.
Made from real elf hair.
Not quite what I was looking for.
There is certainly plenty of rope if you're into that. Those expenses are not filed under the expenses that you guys have to pay for out of your gold. Because I don't fucking nickel and dime you assholes. Just like you guys don't nickel and dime me with 17 great swords and suits of leather armor that you're trying to sell.
I mean, we are going back to Creel, and as we've learned last time, having all the rope is very useful.
Yes, I would like another 50 feet of rope added to my collection.
Enough to cover
Sure.
like half a kilometer worth of burning sand.
Well, I'm currently down a bit then, because I only have 200 feet of rope at the moment.
Oh. That's a lot
Only
of...
200 feet. What's even the point of living anymore?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You'd have like a little hireling with a wagon.
Oh, God.
I consider if 150 was enough to stay with, but no, I want to bring it up to 200. So there you go.
Alright, sure, yeah, you can get 200 feet of rope.
One piece. It's great.
I mean, it's in like at least 2 pieces now, so I just bought 50 feet. Anyway, that's what I needed.
Good.
I guess then eventually we just leave.
Alright. Jaxel will call out as they allow the guards to let you out because they were keeping their guard business very seriously. And told them that they can resume normal business procedure, which means the goblins go back to sitting around the table playing cards, and the Etten goes back to frowning and smiling at people with its two heads. It is currently evening. That is when the goblin market opens up in its fullest, and the sounds and smells of the grandiose bazaar permeate the air around you. Laughter, the tinkling of coins, the roasting of questionable meat. What would you like to do?
We have the evening/night here. So we'll go meet with Chuuk in the morning.
Yes.
Rude to show up at this time.
So, unless anyone changed their minds, I guess it's still up to Tempest what we're gonna do.
Is it?
Frowns heavily.
I thought Leon had said that he doesn't want to do the talking thing.
Yeah.
Geráck said he doesn't want to do the talking thing. Sheep's character definitely said she didn't want to do the talking thing. It sounds like
Oh,
3
okay.
votes. I don't
Right.
understand how it's up
No,
to
I said I was for the talking thing.
Yeah.
all things
Yeah,
considered.
I thought so too.
Oh, great.
I actually thought Aurelia's character is more intelligent than that. My apologies, guys. I made a mistake.
Don't be stupid here, Tempest.
Yes, don't be stupid, Tempus.
You will not only get us
You're
all
the
killed, you will
honorable
also
thing for once,
burn all
Tempest.
the bridges. Ever.
2 for talking, 2 for killing, and Tempest stuck in fucking
Tempest
middle
turns into a
again.
fucking cube. Gryph just disconnects.
The pressure
Session-
is
God damn it.
The rest of
overwhelming.
session is talking, delayed until Gryph can make
No,
it next
no,
time.
no. You know what? If Gryph did that, we'll settle it. We'll settle it the way Gryph would do anything. A game of
The
cards.
coin.
Isn't there like an arena here we can fight it out?
Sure.
The
like it.
Colosseum is an Axis. You're in the wrong city.
Damn it. I'm sure this is an arena. But,
That's a bit of a.
I mean, we
Let's-
could do both. You guys could attack while we go and talk.
Well, I think it's probably the more smarter option would be to talk, because we could always then, fight. I mean,
It's
I mean, if
harder
we're
to
gonna-
do it the other way around, at least.
Yeah, that's my argument as well.
I think we should talk, keep our options at the very least slightly open. The pure reason for that is if we're going and fighting, we're going to have to fight the same number of guys anyway.
I'm very
There
disappointed.
might even be that many people
Oh
in
my.
the hall because they will be down there protecting whatever prison is there. Because they might expect that Druid will come and do stuff. Oh,
They
I'm
might,
very
they might.
disappointed.
for
Might
whom
just be an
we'll
alarm
pat
there.
Tempest on the back.
You'll remember this.
Patronize.
Well, it's a very low, his lower back. Just for him can't reach that high up.
His lower back.
Gently massages you.
These gears feel very tense.
Well, yes. Oh god.
We'll hear him like branch down the profession masseuse.
Gotta find some oil at some point. Who can-
Is that a piston, or you're just happy to see me?
Fuck.
well,
Glad we can always find the erotic.
I
side
suppose
of
then
life.
we should go and hang out until the morning. We could go and visit the remnants of the Scarlet Serpents.
Could.
Why would we do that?
No.
If you would like to not have any more problems in this campaign, sure.
See what it says. So I suppose we could go hang out in the ruins for a little while. I mean, maybe
we go
you still have all our
recruit the
nice clothes, right? You guys brought that. Yeah,
Mhm.
you brought all the nice clothes.
Well, one person never bought any in the first place.
I didn't buy any,
Well, I'm sure she'll be okay with the plate.
perhaps. We can go recruit the Kill Humi gang and
To attack a dragon. I mean,
Yep.
we paid them very well last time, but that didn't even go so well. So. I bet he's like.
You also had the advantage of the gang next door instead of the dragon very far away from me.
So, Humi gang, we're gonna wreck the Tower of the Blue, huh? Huh? Yeah. No.
will there be food?
No.
He might have you for dinner.
He wanted that a lot of times.
I did.
I mean, you could probably talk the
Just
Therral
saying
to it.
next
50-50 chance that they would be into it, kinda. But they're crazy, so. I would suggest we simply go there, hang out in the ruins for a little while. I mean, find a place to hole up, sort of a, just, ruined tower or something.
We're not gonna ask for an appointment or anything.
We could, but it's kind of rude at this time of day. Like in the middle of the night. We might also want to get some
Well,
sleep.
it's not the middle of the night. Like, the sun is just setting. It's evening.
So on the one hand, we wanted to come to Drakkenhall as soon as possible to rescue that poor woman. On the other hand, we don't want to inconvenience Chuuk.
Let's go ask for an appointment then.
Yeah.
We're not that far. We're at Goblin Market. It's not that far.
Alright. Trip down the trek, across the main road thoroughfare there is far quicker than wandering through the various and numerous narrow streets and alleys. That does still take 2 hours, though, at least to make the trip there. Of course, for those of you who've seen the glorious Manor Estate, well, you get to see the exterior of it again. A well-defined, well-defended fiefdom along the southern shore, with several buildings on the interior, including, of course, that glowing and well-lit manor home, which you would know to be the home of Chuuk herself. The building, whenever you visited it for the party, was certainly wide enough along the main sort of like hallways in the banquet hall to accommodate her draconic size. As also described, she was in the banquet hall she was a dragon. And she was laying down like a fucking dragon at the head of the table, and she was getting fed lots and lots of food as a fucking dragon, while her husband handled conversationing. It is particularly well guarded. It does have its solitary gatehouse, which is well defended, which leads in and out. It is manned by several individuals who do look alert and well trained. Also, off in the distance, it's maybe 200 meters in the sky, and then off into like above the ocean, you see the form of what appears to be it's difficult to really tell at night, but there is enough light with the full moon and the stars in the sky that you can make out the form of what appears to be a green dragon in the air, some 200 meters up and above the coastline.
That's her, probably. She does like to fly along the coastline.
So she's not home. Now's our chance.
I suppose approach the door guards of the sort of fiefdom.
Right. Sure. You will be accosted then by the individual standing at the gate. Oh there! What business do you have here with Chuuk?
We'd like to set up a business appointment with the great Chuuk. There's a transaction we'd like to do.
Who might you be?
I am Dwohurim Harsca. I have had prior deals with her. She should know my name.
The individuals flick their eyes toward each other and then say, as is the case with when any event transpires, we would request that you leave your weapons, at least, if not armor, here at the gatehouse to be returned to you. If that is acceptable to you, then you can meet with her shortly when she returns from her night flight with her husband.
Are you sure this would not be an inconvenience?
We are most sure. Your name has been mentioned as one to permit through if she is available.
Well, I look to the others, just see interjections. He doesn't have a problem with doing that now.
Geráck doesn't look too happy of sort of leaving his weapons and stuff, but
His weapons will be returned to us when we leave.
The armor will not be stripped off of you, only because it'd just be inconvenient, but the weapons at least. And the guards will certainly attempt to do a thorough search on all of you to ensure that nothing is being sneaked through. So if you want to try and sleight of hand anything, you will have to make a skill check for that to try and hide it from them.
It's just going to take them a second because I have so many daggers. Yeah, just saying.
I'm trying to realistically think if Tempus would have dressed up for this. No, Tempus would no, he's not hiding his stuff.
Could have put on your nice clothes, but you know.
He's probably forgot a cutlery, like a fork or something, and he'll apologize for it.
I don't know that they would really think of that as weaponry, but maybe if they know you.
It's sharpened cutlery.
The guards look like a little befuddled at why you're like carrying around so many things, but they shake their heads, probably because they've seen a lot crazier here in Drakkenhall.
Yes. So this guy with his rubber ducks, and you know.
Rubber duck nunchucks. Nunducks.
If it's any place, it's here.
But your weapons will be kept at the gatehouse, and then you will be escorted through the gatehouse, beyond the walls, and led into the beautiful and ornate pavilion, courtyard of sorts, in front of the primary house. It, of course, is well lit, and its multi-hued lights streaming from the windows cast themselves down onto you, which do a great job of lighting up the night, providing a bit of light pollution combined with the full moon and the stars in the sky. A fountain burbles nearby in the courtyard, and there are certainly a number of guards who are patiently standing along, waiting. Well, you guys, we'll say we're gonna put you guys standing like right here on the Drakkenhall map. Let's say there's, you guys attract quite a deal of attention, there's like this many. Alright. It's not that long of a wait, maybe 8 or 9 minutes. And you can see up in the sky the slowly descending form in a spiral fashion of a green dragon as she works her way down back to her home. It does appear that someone is sitting in what appears to be a saddle on top of her.
Beautiful relationship, really shows how, you know, how we live in modern times.
If you say so.
Once that would have been unthinkable.